Usually Skidmarks are supposed to be doing the toilet bowl, but Fear the Walking Dead changed the game. Welcome back to Fog Entertainment. It's Season 5, Episode 4. Skidmark! Not only is it named after a cat, it's on the television screen. It's not good, right? Fear the Walking Dead has absolutely nosedived off a cliff. It went off a cliff in Season 4, landed Season 5, it's went off another cliff, right? They've completely butchered Daniel's character. In my opinion, they've completely butchered pretty much every character that's graced this show. You just got annoying kids, and what do they do at the end of this episode? They introduce more annoying kids. I don't want to see the kids.
Yeah, more kids, a group of kids, kid villains or kid protagonists, antagonists, who cares? It's a bunch of kids at the end of the day. Kids are better when they're seen and not heard. Kids are better when they're just like literally there. But the last thing we need is a group of kids that we're supposed to take serious. This is just never going to work. This is never going to be good. This is not... I don't care whether it's a surviving group that we're supposed to get behind or a villain group that we're supposed to hate. At the end of the day, it's fucking kids who shouldn't even be alive at this point, man. Like, as soon as they run into trouble, they could have easily been wiped out, but nah, let's just have
no real group, right, should seriously feel under threat for a group of kids. Yeah, you know, when Morgan and Alicia have got like 20 kids around them, they've got assault rifles, by all means, yeah. I mean, you can't really do much, right? But there's a reason in the original Walking Dead is like when Rick's group's going through the roads, man, and the Saviour's groups keep like doubling and quadrupling of these big military age men. It's like, that's serious threat, man. Could you imagine if Rick and the gang were bricking it, trying to get Maggie to the hilltop? It was a bunch of kids each roadblock. You see where I'm coming from here? It doesn't work.
Yeah, the Fear the Walking Dead's completely woke though. It's a fucking retarded show. It honestly is, man. But I miss the early days. Not that The Walking Dead isn't woke, it is, of course it is. But I miss the early days when The Walking Dead was actually a good show. I mean, you see, just all the threat that the group had, it was from fucking groups that had fighting age men. It wasn't for groups that were a bunch of kids. And some of these kids, man, we're talking maybe 8, 9 years old, pointing big, heavy, rifles and stuff. I mean, come on.
Aye.
What a load of pish.
It was a load of pish, but Daniel, he's got a calendar. And apparently it's October 12th. Doesn't really matter which day it is, to be honest, but he's making a meal for Skidmark. He tears a day off his calendar. We then cut to Strand, Charlie.
By the way, what a horrible cat this is. I'm not saying it's a bad cat, but...
Cats don't do that.
Literally, this cat answers to commands, and it's like Daniel tells it to jump in, it jumps in. It's like, cats are fucking... Cats don't do that, right? I mean, especially cats that you've just found out in the wild. Cat ain't gonna jump into a car, cat ain't gonna follow commands.
Could you argue, though, in a zombie apocalypse, cats are aware and they're like, here, maybe I should be good to humans now because the world's went to shit? Cats are smart animals.
I know, but that's a stretch.
Like. Well, I'll tell you what, like, I'd rather the cat be the main protagonist in this show because the rest of them
why
shit.
couldn't they introduce a bunch of cats?
I would actually buy cats with like razor fucking claws.
A group of cats over a group of fucking kids.
Absolutely. I mean, we could properly break down this episode, but I mean,
we ain't going to do that because that's a waste of time.
The reality is, Strand, Charlie, Sarah, and Wendell, right? They're going to take Daniel's plane. Charlie hides in Daniel's car. Strand's like, no, you can't do that, man. She does it anyway. Those three go in. Daniel drives out, and then Daniel's like, hey, amigos, I know you're stealing my plane, but it doesn't have the odometer. You cannot fly away, amigo. And I know there's a kid in the back. And Charlie's like, oh, I've been caught. And Strand's like, don't you hurt the girl. It's like, Daniel's not going to hurt the girl, but it's like, say he threatened the girl's life. Can you really blame the guy? It's like, you're just coming in, stealing all his shit and taking his prized possession in a fucking plane, by the way.
Yeah, I mean, we're a long way into this zombie apocalypse. Why are we supposed to pretend that Daniel shouldn't be treating this person in the back like a possible threat?
But see how flawed it is, right? You have to treat the kids like they're a serious threat, but Daniel, on the other hand, can't do anything.
Because this is, we're talking, I mean, Charlie would be, what age? She'd be close to adult age?
Yeah,
at least she's well into her teenage years.
I'd say she's mid-teens, like.
I mean, at least, I'd say she's older. I would
15,
say
16, I think.
So what age is that oldest kid then in that kid group?
Well, she can drive. That doesn't really mean anything, to be honest. I honestly, to me, it doesn't really matter. It's like I don't understand why. Like Daniel's like, oh, I'm not going to do anything. Don't Daniel might be a nice guy, even though we've kind of seen that he hasn't been, right? But if he turned around and said, well, I'm not giving you the kid back until you leave my place and leave my plane and my supplies alone, it would portray him as an evil guy. But the reality is, why shouldn't he do that?
Yeah, like things like this are so flawed, man.
Like he doesn't actually need to hurt her, right? Or shoot her, or cut one of her legs off because he used to do that in Salvador or whatever. But I feel like we're at a stage now with woke shows. He can't even hint / threaten at it, or else it would completely paint him as an evil bastard.
Yeah, no, but you're 100% right, man. That's why it's flawed, especially like with kids or with women. And even some cases, it's like the shows want to portray women and like kids as a serious threat, and that they're just as capable of surviving and killing and defending themselves just as much as men are. Yet, when it comes to situations like this, it's like, oh, you still can't hurt them, you can't do anything to them. Which one is it?
Yeah, no, but that is the problem.
Is it women and kids are a serious threat that don't need get men and can handle themselves and are capable of looking after themselves and capable of killing just as good as the men are? Or are these inferior fucking people that it would be wrong for you to hurt or threaten because they're inferior? Like, which one is it? You can't have both.
Yeah, and that's why it's flawed.
You notice all these fucking shows do have both?
No, of course, no, it's a joke, right? I mean, we could literally spend a different video. I mean, we do. Seeing every show we review, especially from this new age, we almost spend like a half it talking about this exact fucking flaw. It's not Fear the Walking Dead problem.
I can't think of one woman that a major male character has killed.
Yeah.
In The Walking Dead.
Yeah.
And if they have
like a massive antagonist.
I mean, if they have killed one, it's been for long range.
Aye. Because look at Daryl Dixon. He had the woman in his crosshairs.
But I predict that from the very beginning of season, Carol's going to be the one that kills her. Yep.
Ridiculous, folks. Right, what happened next? Pretty much, right?
No, but like, for example, see the way the governor killed Meow? That would you could never get, a male character could never kill, even if they're the protagonist, they could never kill a female I don't even think an antagonist would be able to kill a female protagonist, even to come across a bad guy. It would almost be like, oh, that's a step too far.
No, I totally agree. And
like, even when it comes to like Negan, like the whole thing is, it's like we're supposed to be like, oh, these women are great. Oh, Maggie's just as good a fighter as Rick, but Negan like he won't bash a woman's head in.
No,
What's the fucking difference?
He won't do that.
And some people, oh, he's a good guy, man. He's better than a comic book governor because he doesn't rape. Well, I mean, he fucking steals people's wives, doesn't he, and basically forces them to be with him, or else he's going to kill their husband. That's pretty much the same fucking thing, isn't it?
No, it is.
Here, sleep with me, or I'm going to kill your husband. He's a good guy though. It's like that shit.
No, that is pretty much rape. That's like in the real world. Like, here, if you don't sleep with me, I'm not going to promote you or your husband. I'll fire him. Sort of thing. It's the same shit. It's just honestly, it's just fucking.
No, but that's like a threat. That's not like here's 10 grand where you're giving someone an offer. That's different. That's not an offer. That's basically you better do this or else. I mean, there's a clear difference.
Yeah, but let's
it's
just...
not like saying here, sleep with me or I'll give you a promotion. That's different.
No,
that's enticing somebody.
Well, like threatening somebody's job then.
But if you're saying, if Negan's stealing all these guys' fucking wives, and the reason that they're getting with Negan is because they don't want him to bash their husband's head in, or fucking burn the side of their face like Dwight, then how does this make him a good guy? Didn't mean to go on a rant about Negan, but anyway, point is, it's like these shows, they're so fucked. It's like, either women are just as capable of men, or they want the whole thing, well, we can't hurt or we can't do anything. Women are sacred and we need to protect them. I mean, you can't have it both ways, man.
No, you can't have it both ways. I'm convinced, see, to watch this show, I think you actually have to have a low IQ. Because See this whole.
Well, we watched it, so I'm not going to say that. But I think to enjoy it, you need to have a look. Like,
Well, that's what I mean. Like, to actually enjoy it, because you've got like Charlie and Daniel.
Yeah, no, but I feel the same. I feel like daytime TV and see these
That's why I
daytime
don't watch it.
daytime TV and like soaps and all that stuff, British soaps.
Yeah, but explain to me why, right? They got the herd coming back. Daniel's like, we're going to bring it back to the compound. They're like, yeah, we can't bring it back to the compound. We knocked down the fence to get the plane out. And then he decides, like, you know what, Charlie, you drive at 1 mile an hour and I'll walk outside with them. What was this?
Yeah, you know what? No, you know what? This was fucking retarded. Yeah, so the walkers are following Daniel, and Daniel can't drive because he's going to bring. First of all, right, there seems to be a pretty big distance between Daniel and the compound. I'm pretty sure if he just floors the car, puts distance between himself and the walkers, I mean, the walkers ain't going to know where he went, right? They ain't going to be able to keep up with the car. Yep. But also, he could have just done a 180, drove away from Strand, and then when he got out of sight, just took a slight detour. You tell me there's only one fucking road, one path, one way in, one way out.
It's the same with the Walking Dead.
And if he wasn't driving 2 miles an hour, the horde wouldn't be fault. Oh.
No, but it's the same with the Walking Dead season 6. It's like they moved that entire quarry full of walkers instead of like, oh, I don't know, build a fucking wall around it. It's like it's just, why run the risk? I mean, this was way worse. Don't get me wrong. They're driving right, then the truck arrives. Oh, I want to turn these walkers into soup, and then she's like, get the ladle, right? Strand then appears, but as Strand appears, right, this scene was absolutely ridiculous. So who's the black guy in the wheelchair?
Now hold on. Now that you brought up season 6, what was the big deal? Because we just seen all these fucking no names, all these nobodies come out their house with knives, machetes.
Yeah, but then
and then no way out, they killed them all anyway. So yeah, why were they panicking for 8 episodes?
But these dumb bastards, right, that love The Walking Dead. Denise is using a machete. But why didn't she do it in fucking episode 1 then?
Yeah, but they were making it as if if that horde get to Alexandria, we're all gonna die. No, that horde got to Alexandria, and all of a sudden, everybody in Alexandria turned into fucking motherfucking Rick Grimes and just killed them all. You know what I mean? You've got these people that had never faced a zombie interaction before.
It is their day one.
Just came out and started swinging and not one person got bit or died. Well, what a load of shit. You talk about horrible fucking writing, man. That's it there. I mean,
but they killed Walker.
You should have had people they should have killed off like half the Alexandria and that.
Yeah, no, right, but up next, right?
You could have given a wee speech when they were all betting and about to get put down. Yeah. Rick could have been like, you may die, but you're going out warriors. You saved this community. Yeah. But nah.
You gotta fight for it. Up next, right? Let's get to this.
The only person that fucking got bit was Diana and didn't see a zombie going in her.
When how'd she end up outside the gates, by the way?
Yeah, so Diana gets bit, but all these people that were going toe to toe fighting the zombies, not a scratch. I mean.
Right, Wendell and Sarah rock up. They put the handbrake on, pulling the lever. And the guns aren't going off. Daniel is then, for whatever reason, clinging on to the side of it. Lets the walkers get close to him, and then then she opens the door when it's too late. Like, what are they doing here? See, once the gun doesn't work the first time, get Daniel in. Then maybe try it the second time, drive off.
Or Daniel just goes and walks around and keeps on walking and keeps the distance.
Daniel then rolls under, right, the armoured fan.
This is a piss take, though. Surely this doesn't get released with them thinking, oh, this is good.
Well, let's get to the thing that's even worse. Wendell, I mean, the most uninterested, uninspiring look I've ever seen. Turns right, looks up the road. It's a plane on a flatbed truck.
He looked like somebody...
This was like a slave master coming back, man.
He looked like somebody who was looking at the clock and work and they still had like 7 hours to go.
Aye, he just walked through the door. This baffled me. Strand then rocks up, turns the blades on, it kills a bunch of walkers. There's about 40 of them left, and then the next scene's him getting out after the engine, and they're all dead. And Daniel's lying there. Strand walks over, catches him by the hand, all is forgiven. Daniel then basically tells everyone, right, you can have my compound, I'm away. There's Skidmark. You thought Skidmark died, turns out Skidmark's still alive. Well and truly alive, damn it. So, where's Daniel going? Who really cares? Who really knows? What was this arc, man? Yeah,
and you know what? I mean, literally, This was done to save Daniel, and Daniel doesn't even come with them anyway.
Yeah, oh man, it's just absolutely ridiculous. And then talking of ridiculous, Annie and Max, right? Annie falls over, twists her ankle, Walker on top of her.
Doesn't get bit.
And I mean, like, it is up at her neck. For her not to get bit here is ridiculous. And we're talking like a 13-year-old
You know what?
kid.
You can almost accept it when it's a main character because you know they've got that, that main character, protection.
Buns.
But I've never seen a fucking throwaway character have a walker on top of them like this and not get bit.
Yeah, no, it's ridiculous. It's so ridiculous. And then they meet up with Morgan and what's her name? I can't even remember her name. Alicia, right? And then that's when all the kids turn up. Oh, things are gonna get better. And then we see a helicopter leave, and it's the CRM. But it's like when you know, this actually makes this worse. By the way, see when you know the CRM and you've actually got decent enough characters in it, and the Rick spin-off, and then like it's just some masked goon. Who cares? With a bunch of kids introduced, 8-year-olds carrying assault rifles. It's garbage is what it is, and that's how the episode ends. What's that? It's fucking quite clearly a helicopter, Alicia, by the way.
Look at how dominant they portrayed the CRM, right? In the first few episodes of that Rick Grimes series. Then look by the end of it. Rick and Michonne just team up and the two of them wipe out the CRM out of the name of love.
I know. Yeah, Rick killed like 4,000 people in about 2 seconds.
Yeah. That same 4,000 people kept him away from his family for about, 9 years? Or however long it was.
Yeah. Right, let's just... I thought this bit was cringe as well. You've got the Dylan... They're like, what are we going to do with the plane? Dylan's like, the protagonist, the little prince, he crashed his plane and repaired it. And then Luciana smiles at it. Who gives a fuck? What are we doing? This is absolute pish. I mean, they introduced Dwight, and it's like, honestly, I have no love for Dwight, but it's like, does the show not kind of need him? At this point, these kids suck. And I'm beginning to... Season 4 was so much better. It was.
Yeah, I mean...
And Season 4 was pish, by the way. Yeah. Morgan running with his stick. You can't use your stick because it's been it needs fumigated, brother. It's got fumes on it.
No, he's lost his stick forever. But I don't know. I mean, I don't know. Maybe it just takes a show longer to decline. Maybe Season 4 didn't feel that bad because it's coming off Season 3.
No, I'm actually baffled that this show's went 8 seasons.
Well, this is episode 4.
Yep.
And I don't want to see any more.
Yeah.
So what can we take away from this episode? Strand has maybe changed. He went out of his way to help Daniel, and then Daniel basically accepted it, says, I'm not going to shoot you in the face now, but walked off and left him anyway. Left his cat behind. Is it too much to ask Daniel to stick around and stay in the group? I guess so. And I mean, that's it. There's a bunch of kids now, they're ruling things, and they've captured Morgan and Alicia, so. There's
one thing, right, if a show's bad, but see when it does completely, ridiculous things every episode. Last episode with the axe shot, which was fucking what? And then this episode you've got Daniel, like, not one, not two, but like 5 different things that are just absolutely insane. Doesn't make any sense. Like the whole thing where he's walking beside the car, the roll under the SUV, the plane scene, and then like the walker on top of that wee girl. What's her name? Annie. See a show, man. The writing can suck, or it can be boring. But see, once you defy logic, that's when I think a show properly loses its way.
What's going to happen with these kids? They're all going to die off screen, or are they just going to leave?
They're probably just going to leave or something, aren't they? I doubt they're going to join the group, put it that way. Anyway, it's rating time. Did this leave a skid mark on our channel? Or did we get the bleach out? Well, I want to drink the bleach. I'll give it a 2 out of 10, honestly. Number 2, that's fitting for skid mark.
It was, it's fucking bad.
You're right, though. I don't want to watch another episode. The only reason I'm going to watch this show is because we're 5 seasons in, and...
Honestly, man, I'm trying to think how season 3 of Fear the Walking Dead ended.
The dam blowing up.
You know what? I think season... I don't mean the actual ending, but I mean, in terms of the final few episodes, I think season 3 ended on a dampener.
No, it did, but dampener's better than a skid mark. So.
But you know what? You know the way, like, people will say, oh, you can watch, recommend series. I mean, I would tell you just to watch. See if you want to watch Fear the Walking Dead, then I would just watch up to the end of season 3, and that's it.
No, you're right. Yo,
I wouldn't even waste.
See, in the back of my mind, I always fought with Fear the Walking Dead, right? Well, at one point they bring quite a lot of the Walking Dead characters over. I wonder what that's like. Well, I've met Morgan. He's made it worse. I'm not going to say Dwight's made it worse, but I'm not going to sit here and pretend that things are going to be great with him and Sherry.
No, but I think maybe if they introduced these characters in the first few seasons, would have been better. But the show's already dead. It's dying. It's crap. This is awful. I'm not going to sit here and pretend it's good. It's a 2 out of 10.
Yeah.
That's it.
2 out of 10, guys. Till next time. Peace.